Hello viewers, this is Ernest from Word Matters. I took a moment to create some slides regarding this so-called research study that Reuters cited in a recent story of theirs to claim that the Pfizer vaccine for COVID-19 has been proven effective. I touched upon the flaws in the Israeli study cited by Reuters, posted on my blog. You can see the link in the description of this video below. Here, I just wanted to show the part of that study that we call conflict of interest of the authors. You may know already that it is the part which tells us how neutral or biased a study is. In other words, how credible it is. If the authors have a conflict of interest, the study's credibility comes under question. So let's take a look at what this study, cited by Reuters, shows. The study is titled BNT162b2 mRNA COVID-19 vaccine in a nationwide mass vaccination setting. It was published in the New England Journal of Medicine on February 24, 2021. The study has 10 authors and was led by Dr. Ran Baliser. Now, a journal requires authors of each study to disclose two kinds of conflicts of interest. Two kinds of them. First, whether the authors have any conflict of interest related to the study they're submitting to the journal. And second, whether the authors have any conflict of interest outside the current study. Now, the second one has the catch that gives away the neutrality or independence of the authors. If they have received money or funding in form of grant or personal fees of any kind of benefits from someone having stakes in the study, which in this study will be Pfizer specifically, or the pharmaceutical industry in general, it will show a direct conflict of interest even if the authors claim that they did not receive funding for or benefits directly for the study. And that is what authors do. They report conflict of interest outside their current study. Now let's take a look at who funded the authors of this study, quote-unquote, outside the study. Dr. Ron Baliser received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Noam Barda received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Noah Dagan received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Mark Katz received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Eldad Captain received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Mark Lipsich received grants from Pfizer, Merck, and others. Dr. Oren Miron received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Shay Perchik received grants from Pfizer. Dr. Miguel Hernan received funding from George Soros-linked leftist propaganda outlet ProPublica. And finally, Dr. Ben Rice, the only author who has no conflict of interest, at least not disclosed one. 8 out of 10 authors whose names are on the study that found this Pfizer shot effective actually have received money from Pfizer, although they claim it was not related to the study, and thus we should not suspect that it influenced their research. But do we take their word for it? And is it a coincidence that 8 out of 10 authors working on the study happen to have been recipients of grants from Pfizer, the very company whose product they endorse in this so-called research? This is the reality of medical research today, standing bare and naked in its corporate dancing pose before the pharmaceutical industry. Thank you for watching. Keep questioning the so-called science and the so-called media. Stay safe, stay informed.